Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite Battle Royale tips and tricks video. In tonight's video, we are going to be talking about how to get these high kill aggressive solo wins. And in today's video specifically, I know a lot is changing with this game with all the weapons being unvaulting, with the shotgun changes, which are absolutely insane. I'm definitely going to make a video within the next couple of days talking about how to maximize your shotgun potential and how to choose between shotguns and how to play and your play style with each and every one. But in this video specifically, I want to talk about how to get these high kill aggressive solo wins, and I did it with a hot drop here, not necessarily out of tilted towers. There are a few other ways to get high kills and get those high kill aggressive solo wins, but I want to focus on, when analyzing this gameplay and talking about it, the in-moment decision making. So because it's easy to think, oh, if I have a lot of mats, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but when you're actually in a game and the map is the same every game, but everything other than that is pretty much different in RNG, and you need to have that in-moment decision making, split second. I'm going to talk about and analyze it because I did just get this gameplay like a day ago, so it is still fairly fresh on my mind. If you guys could smack a like on this thing, that would be much appreciated. It takes maybe 10 milliseconds. Smack that like button. Let's go for 420 likes. If you could hit that, that would be incredible. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and like I said, much more tips and tricks and other videos coming up very soon. So let's get into it and let's talk about the in-moment decision making. So as you can see right here, now to go for a high, I was playing aggressive here on my Russian account. To go for these high kill games, I usually say drop tilted towers. Now, there's practically three ways or three drops that you can do, which we'll talk about in a second. But right here, I'm in this fight with this guy where I have the Flintlock as my only shotgun. So this is kind of worrisome. The Flintlock is an amazing weapon. I guess technically it's a pistol or whatever, but it's a shotgun. Come on. Now, the thing with this is that not having a backup where if you miss your shot, the reload time on this is an absolutely long time. Kind of like the blunderbuss from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. If you played that, let me know in the comment section down below. Give me an AW if you played Call of Duty AW down in the comment section down below. But you can see here, I went for the shot, I missed it, and immediately I box up and go for the reload, and boom, crack him right there for 86. Now, the thing with this is, honestly, the Flintlock is amazing, but you have to, like right there, I should have hit a headshot. That would have one-shot him, and of course, I missed it, but well, I hit the body shot, I missed the headshot, and then I sprayed with my other weapon, and then eventually, because everything was not reloaded, which can be, especially when you're fighting multiple, from multiple angles, multiple fights, can be a tough situation. I'm able to spray down with the AK or the heavy assault rifle and actually finish off there. So you can finish off that fight. So you can see here, I've got the start, and it's popping off over here at Retail Row. Well, it's not Retail Row anymore, but this is still the Retail Row part of Mega Mall, right? Because it's still the houses. It's the futuristic Retail Row, I guess you could say it. And the thing is, with hot dropping, with going for high kills, where do you want to drop? Number one, tilted towers is pretty much always going to be popping right here. This guy is peeking that angle terribly. Obviously, he didn't know I was there to third party, but I'm able to take advantage of that. And here we go with the pump shotgun rushing this guy, which the pump shotgun, it does take some getting used to because you do have to have something to switch over to, and but it is very rewarding, and it does bring back the good old nostalgia and old memories. So basically, drop spots, right? Tilted towers, there's pretty much always going to be people there. Next would be Salty Springs, dead center on the map. Even if you only get a couple of kills out of there, the rotations out of there are very pure because you can run to where the zone was. And then the other one is hot dropping, which what a hot drop is just dropping on the first possible location. So where the bus route came, this was one of the first possible locations here. This guy, of course, chilling, just trying to, not a very smart move when there's windows on the building. You kind of got to be aware of that. But those are sort of the ways Salty Springs or Tilted are pretty much good to go for high aggressive gameplays every single time. Or other than that, hot dropping, whether that's going to be Mega Mall, whether that's going to be Paradise, whether that's going to be Pleasant Park, those are the ways to do it. So you can see here, like I said, it wasn't the craziest start off, like I had 2 kills with like 40 left or something, but now everyone, because people drop Paradise, people drop Pressure Plant, people drop Sunny Steps, all the areas around on this side of the map, because that's where the bus route is, now the zone is pushing us. I'm going to get into a lot of competition and have to fight off a lot of these players. So going back to the inventory right now, my inventory at this point is decent. Honestly, having 2 straight spraying weapons that are pretty accurate, like having the blue AR and the gold tack are okay, but it is kind of overkill, I guess you could say. So right there, my idea was to go for, I saw 2 supply drops on the map. Now, when I started to jump over to one, I saw it disappear, which if it disappears, that means someone just grabbed it. I didn't want to run over there and get to the competition at this point because I just thought, wait, I'm low mats, and I would love some shield with mushrooms, so this is the perfect place to stop. Now, getting into these fights, this is always awkward, and I hate getting into build battles around trees. Usually it's nice just to destroy the tree. Sometimes it can work to your advantage, but usually if you're a good player, you don't want to be taking fights like that. Now, this guy, of course, comes and basically tucks into the building here. Honestly, my shots were a little bit sloppy. He tries to make the runaway play, and I'm able to get that kill off of him. But still at this point, I mean, my inventory is the same. If there was another option of something to swap out to, like a green flint knock or an RPG or something, I would probably swap that out, because my thinking is with the pump shotgun or the flint knock, you pretty much do need a secondary, I guess you could say, or a finishing weapon. But when I already have the blue AR, which is pretty dynamic, it's not like this gold is going to be that much better than. You can see there, big damage onto this player. And of course, when I hit big damage, pushing is the immediate next reaction. I tried to land on the edge there so I could just shoot him right in the head. But I, of course, wanted to be careful because of the fact that when you glide in with the glider redeploy, it is kind of slow. So putting the pressure on this guy, I do realize that the zone is about to move, and that was staying fresh on my mind. This guy tries to destroy the build, which of course when you edit it becomes weak. So get ready for that when people shoot it. Just be ready to shoot back. And then I'm able to use the 4 jump pads, which when you play aggressive, there's pros and cons to it. Sometimes you'll be lacking for materials like I am right now. Sometimes you'll be lacking for shields or health, but usually you'll have jump pads, you'll have ammo, stuff like that. You really never have to worry about if you're playing aggressive and going for kills. So this guy actually jump pads backwards, which confused the heck out of me at first. I remember when this happened, I'm like, wait, he's going the wrong way. And this is, at this point, I'm worried because I'm like, okay, I don't have that many materials. I need to play aggressive and I need to run at this player right away. Honestly, what I should have done looking back into this moment, I should have taken his jump pad and gotten out of here, just because of the fact that my mats were so low. If I had a full mats, I probably could have stayed and fought this easily, but I think this was kind of a mistake. And as you can see here, I'm able to win the fight, but barely. And as I want to, you know, my thought process was, oh, I can play aggressive and go back, because if anything bad happens, I can just use the jump pad to get out of there. Unfortunately, I ran out of mats, and when you don't have any mats, you can't place the jump pad unless you place it on an already placed area. But I was able to just escape with 1 HP, and looking back on it, my split-second decision-making, while I did, that's definitely what I was thinking, is I can jump pad out of here. Because of my lack of materials, I should have taken a jump pad, got to the zone, and then looked back into the zone to sort of fight that player off. Anyway, it ended up working out, and of course, it does take a little bit of luck or a little bit of good moves to make your, you know, I did play aggressive, I did make that work out, and we did escape with 1 HP. So right here, I'm able to heal up, and immediately at this point, I'm thinking, I need to either farm or I need to fight a player right away to get their materials, because I'm at a point where pretty much no materials. Now, luckily, this guy comes aggressive on me and tries to jump down for the fight, which works out very perfectly because that guy wasn't the brightest player. And of course, I was able to get the kill by using my shotgun, and he gave me a decent amount of materials. I think it was like 500, 600, maybe a little bit less than that. And then I'm farming up on my way in. Now, this is what I talk about. Even high kill aggressive games, when it comes to the late game, you want to play a little bit smarter, because number one, people are confined to a more smaller zone, smaller area. Number two, usually it's the better players, the cream of the crop. Not all the time, but statistically, the better players are going to make it to late game more often, right? That's just a fact. And still, but I'm still playing aggressive when I have an opportunity. Like right here, I realize I get good damage onto this player, play aggressive, chase that kill. And this is all stuff that I'm trying to do to get the best possible inventory that I can, the best possible materials, and get a high kill aggressive gameplay. So at this point, you can see, like I talked about earlier, you don't really, when you're working with the combat, unless you have an AK or an AR that's like a hunting rifle, one that's not great at spraying at close range. If you have a SCAR or like a blue AR, usually using those are a lot better because you can use them to spray. I guess with the burst coming back and different things like that is a little different when that was back. But I swapped out the gold TAC AR for the RPG, and I think that was the right decision. Now, glider redeploy, if you're an aggressive player and if you're someone that wants to win, I recommend it. In a public match, it's just so damn good. In like an arena match or when you're playing against better players, it's not as important because they'll shoot you out the sky real quick. But and it's more crowded in the end games. But you can see here, I'm setting up on this base, and my materials aren't the best. I have like 900 total, which is decent. Usually when I'm going in and I'm playing a more passive or going for wins, I want to have 1,500 or 2K mats to go into the late game. Right there are players behind me, which I pick off for basically a free kill. And at this point, I mentally make a note okay, that player's loot is down there. Now, while I kind of do need loot because my mats are decent, but I don't want to give up this position. And at the same time, I have the angle and the zone advantage, so I want to get some damage in on that player. I'm only able to hit, I think, 1 or 2 shots on that player. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I want to heal up, use this campfire because it's top 3. I'm not going to get a chance to use it. Next, I want to put some pressure onto this player, go down and pick up those materials, and then rotate with the jump pad. That was my decision making. That was what I was thinking at this moment. But then I look over right as I'm about to make the move, and this guy had the same sort of idea. And this is always a scary thing when there's 3 people left or 5 people left or 10 people. You don't want to be stuck in the middle. So of course this guy goes for the loot. I could have been aggressive, dropped down and gone for that fight there, but that just, that would have been more of an early game play. At this point, I want the win. And, whether I get 13 kill win or a 14 kill win, it's not the end of the world. I want to win because if I die, I would be pissed off. I put in all this effort. I played a good game. So I shoot the RPG down there. Usually a good move, shooting the RPG right at the edge. If they try to edit out or if they run out, you can get a kill with that sometimes. And I rotate right over to the next zone. Notice there how I use my jump pad for rotation instead of the glider redeploy. I could have tried to get away with using the redeploy and save the jump pad for later, but it's not worth it. When there's 3 people left, when it's down to that crunch time, don't be afraid of wasting stuff. Use what it takes. Now, this guy goes up into the sky, and this is usually late game. You get a lot of good damage or free kills on players like this. Boom, 1 kill, and now I'm in a 1v1. And I realize at this point, this guy is right below me. So I want to use my glider to do a sort of low glide to get a zone advantage on this player, which is what I do. Turn immediately and build, and he's already shooting at me, so it's a good thing I did that. And now I have zone advantage, just like that. The little risk I took by gliding out in front, he could have got some damage on me. He could have possibly killed me. It's very unlikely with that split-second time and that low to the ground, but that is a risk reward that I'm willing to take. And now look, I'm in an all-powerful position. This guy has to rotate this way. I realize it. The RPG is so good when you're above someone. I see the flash like he's gone to edit it. He's opened the door there or opened something. So I shoot the RPG, and of course it ends up working out. Really, really good game here. I believe I did like 2,000 damage or something with taking 300 damage. I think I'll show the stats here in a second. But you can see how playing aggressive, but also making split second, 2359 damage, 316 taken, 14 kills, 0 assists. Really, really good stuff. Not really chasing kills, but finishing off the kills, playing aggressive and playing smart allowed me to get to this victory royale. And hopefully this helped you guys out to go more into the decision-making process and analyzing what I was doing in each of these gunfights, maintaining high ground and using these shotguns to my advantage. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Please drop a like if you made it to the end of the video. And that's about it. I'm out. Peace.